Alright, so this slideshow we're going to talk about equation of a circle. So we've talked about before. You've seen y equals mx plus b in algebra 1. You've talked about, hopefully you've seen this one, point slope form. We've talked about ax squared plus bx plus c. We've also talked about vertex form. So now we're going to talk about the equation of a circle. The biggest thing on here, guys, is the fact that it's negative h here, negative k. So that means if it's x minus 5 or x minus 3, it's always going to be opposite. We talked about this. We had vertex form, and we're going to find from that. It's going to come, it'll come back to you when we start doing these problems. But if you don't see anything here, if it's x squared and x and y squared, that means it's centered at 0, 0, which you'll see in the first few problems. So we'll get into all we're going to do today is we're going to find the vertex, find the radius, and then eventually graph it and go each way. Alright, so find the center and radius. So this looks a little different, has no parentheses. When there's nothing next to the x, guys, your center is simply just 0, 0. That's if there's no parentheses. Your radius is this number, the square root. So that's 10. Over here, once again, if there's no parentheses, this is 0, 0. Once again, take this as your square root. That's going to be 11. The reason is that way, if we look back here, guys, it's r squared. So if that number is 16, that means radius times radius squared would be that number. That's why. Alright, once again, if there is no parentheses, it's automatically centered at 0, 0. Then we take the square root of this number, and our radius is 4. Once again, no parentheses of 0, 0. So if you notice 106 is not a perfect square, so we can use our calculator. So two types of answers I would accept. I would accept you to give me this, but I would also accept this if you gave me, say, 10.3. Those are both right, in my opinion. Alright, so now we have parentheses. That means our center is no longer at 0, 0. We have to look right here. There's a negative 8 and negative 6. Your center is actually going to be opposite. So if it's negative 8, it's positive 8. Negative 6, it's positive 6. So it's always opposite. And my radius is that number square root, which is 7, this number. Alright, so left one. We have negative 6 and negative 8. So let's do the opposite. So it'll be 6, 8. And that's square root of 53. So we're just going to leave it as the square root of 53. Oops, not 56. I said 53. Or you can actually do it. Oops. About 7.3. That's fine. And over here, your circumference is the opposite of negative 7, so it's 7. This is the opposite of positive 14, so we're going to write negative 14. And my radius is going to be 2, square root of 4. Alright, so this one, we have positive 7 and negative 16, so the opposites of those would be negative 7 and 16. My radius will be square root of 2, square root of 2, and if you want to actually find that number, you could put 1.4. I would accept either one. Just got to keep track if it's multiple choice question. So we got positive 5 and negative 8. So opposites are negative 5 and positive 8. My radius is simply 1. Square root of 1 is still 1. Alright, so now we're working backwards. So our center is 9, 2. So our first one starts x. And it's positive 9, so I'm going to write a negative 9 squared. It's always going to be plus, right? Yep. And then y, that's what's a positive, so we're going to write negative 2. So we always write opposite. And then it always comes out to be r squared. So r is 5, so that means I'm going to write 25. So we're working our way backwards. Alright, so center is negative 9, 4. So we're going to start off as x. It's negative 9, so I'm going to write a positive 9. We always write opposites. Squared, don't forget the squared, guys. This is positive 4. We're going to write y minus 4 squared equals 4. Our radius is always r squared in the formula. So r is 4, so that means we're going to write a 16, because that's 4 squared. We're going to write here x, this is negative 7, so I'm going to write positive 7 squared plus y, this is negative 9, I'm going to write a plus 9 squared, and then right there, it should go 6 times 6, it's just 36. That should go right there, just can't fit it. Alright, so, it's going to be x plus 3, the opposite, squared plus y minus 5 opposite squared equals 25, 5 squared. This one over here is going to be parentheses x plus 14 squared plus y plus 6 squared equals 1. It's 1 because 1 squared is still 1. Alright, so we're going to actually attempt to graph this. So the radius is going to be 4 because it's 16 squared. My center is 2, negative 1. So let's first find the center. 2, 1, 2. 1, which is right here. So the way I'm going to graph this is I'm going to count 4 up, down, left, and right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I'm looking for. You can do your best on drawing it. I can't really draw the greatest. But there it is right there. But my thing is, as long as I can get the center and I can count 4 and up, down, left, and right, that means it's a good graph. And my radius is 1 here. My center is -2, 4. So let's graph this. -2, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my center. I'm going to go up, down, left, and right 1. So it's going to be a small looking circle. And that's what it looks like right there. Like I said, I look for the center and I count. So that's all I'm going to look for. Alright, my radius is 3. Square root of 9 is 3. My center is going to be -2, comma 3. So let's graph that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. That was a horrible circle. Close enough. You get the point of it. Alright, my radius is going to be -1. Oops, not my radius. Sorry. My radius is going to be 5. My center is -1, comma -1. So -1, -1 right here. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a bigger circle. Better job by me. Like I said, center's right here. And I counted 5. 1, so on till 5. Okay, just so you notice, if there's no well, first let's find the radius. Radius is 2. Okay. Now, if you notice right here, there's no no parentheses. That means the first number is 0, and then another number is 2. So it's the opposite. So if you don't see a parenthesis, it just means 0. 0, comma 2. Go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And I can grab my circle as best as I can draw it. And there we go. Alright, my radius is 2. I know that because it's the square root of 4. My center is going to be -3, -1, so let's find that. 1, 2, 3, -1. Cut up 2, right 2, down 2, and left 2. And there is my circle. Pretty simple.